Mom, I want to go see Guardians of the Galaxy. Don't worry, kiddo. We've got Guardians of the Galaxy at home. The Guardians of the Galaxy at home.
How are we gonna get through this?
Newsflash, kids, just because you put Jack Black and Kevin Hart in the film doesn't make it Jumanji. I recently replayed the first Borderlands game recently, and I'm really wishing I hadn't, because it made this whole thing a lot worse for me, this experience, and I absolutely wanted to give it a chance, okay? People have been shitting on it so hard that I actually kind of started to feel sorry for this film. By the time I went to see it, I was like, okay, let's just have some fun with it, and I couldn't. Borderlands is the latest video game adaptation to prove beyond all reasonable doubt that we just shouldn't do video games as movies. Certainly not as live-action ones. The Last of Us is one of those few games that works in live-action. Most video games just make an animated movie. Like Mario! So Lilith is a woman in her So Lilith is a woman in her mid-50s, and she's known for being a real piece of shit bounty hunter, but only for like 5 minutes. She shoots, without question, for no reason, like 3 different guys in the head in her first scene in the film, and then never once again seems like the same character. Anyway, she meets up with Roland, who is this big, badass... Kevin Hart really doesn't share a single trait with Roland, does he? No. Those 2 pieces of casting were really rough, guys. Like, I can't deny it. I know that's everyone's shitting on it, and frankly, if Cate Blanchett was a man playing a man that's meant to be in his 20s, would they care so much? But it just didn't fit. It's not her age, it's that she just didn't fit. And Kevin Hart really just didn't fit. Oh no. All the other casting, I mean, Jamie Lee Curtis was a choice in this situation, but Tiny Tina, the Psycho, they were great. They were fine. The villain... Honestly, I really did want to like this. I had really low expectations for it, but normally when you go into a film that's flopped this hard and people are shitting on it this badly online, you're like, well, it can't actually be that bad. And it normally ends up being alright. Fine, you know? I quite liked the John Carter movie, for instance, but this, no. Borderlands, inexcusable, I'm afraid. It just doesn't have anything for me to say, oh, but it did have this going for it, because... it was just rough. The special effects were not so special. The casting was bad. The writing was worse. The dialogue was so clunky it felt like a car driving on square tires. Now about the elephant in the room. I wasn't just joking. This is an aggressive Guardians of the Galaxy ripoff. It's bad. Roland and Lilith are bad versions of Star-Lord and Gamora. And I can't tell which way around they're really meant to be. It's sort of a mix and match. But Tiny Tina is Rocket Raccoon. She's even a lab experiment. Dear Lord. And hangs around with this big tall guy. The Psycho was kind of a mix of Groot and Drax, I'd say. But the elements were both there. And it just really felt like the Asylum version of Guardians of the Galaxy for a lot of it. Like the plot line was... Cate Blanchett needs to go to Pandora to find Tiny Tina for them because this whole giant company with their own military branch can't find her. And Cate Blanchett does it by using a bot. She just finds this robot. And it's like, yeah, I can find anyone anywhere. Why can this old-ass robot that's been there for like 30 years, dormant, find Tiny Tina immediately, but an entire military branch of a tech company can't? It is a really bad MacGuffin road trip kind of film, because they're just like, yeah, we need to get these 3 pieces of the key. Oh, but we already have one. Let's go get the second one. We've got the second one. Oh, no, she's... The third one is the person. Like, it's her... And the team comes together for no reason at all. Lilith just joins up with them, despite meant to be bringing Tiny Tina back, and she doesn't even figure out that the company she was hired by are bad people until she's already shot at a bunch of them. For a film that actually had budget and known actors and a whole team behind it, and Eli Roth, and I'm not an Eli Roth hater, I really love films like Thanksgiving, just came out last year, he did. And he's got that dark sense of humor, which is what this film needed, and I don't know where it was, or what happened here. It's a summer blockbuster. You can go, you can maybe find some enjoyment in it, but for once I honestly don't have many redeeming qualities to talk about with one. There's normally just something in a mindless action movie to make up for the lack of plot, or good characters, or good writing, or villain. Oh, the villain was bad. I don't know how long this was stuck in development hell, but my god, man, it did not work. And I'm giving maybe Madam Web wasn't actually that bad 1.5 stars. You want to know the worst piece of irony? They could have made it more Jumanji and it would have been better. Like, they went halfway bringing in Jack Black and Kevin Hart. If they'd also hired like Karen Gillan to play Lilith, that would have been a lot better. That would have worked. And it's not like they had Cate Blanchett to be a big box office draw. She's not.